18 words too. I have no idea why it's so dark, but I like it. Let's get this started with today. Bow. Retractable arrow. I love this sound. Let's get this started with right now. Number 1, diatribe. Now that basically means to actually have a verbal shouting or like blah 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 blah, saying blah 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 blah, so that your opponent is getting mad, and then eventually when you're like blah 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 enough, then you'll end up with the fact that, well, you got basically hurt. It's verbal arguments or verbal attacks. Remember, diatribe with tribe. Sitting Bull shouted diatribes at the white men when his tribe was pied in the face multiple times. No wonder. So you remember what tribe. Number 2, oval, which is a noun, and we have like so little nouns. I'm sorry, I meant so little verbs and adjectives. In fact, we don't even have adjectives today. Oval is basically the waist part or something like. If you're like in hiding, then you're gonna have to give waist parts to your most beloved ones, especially pets, because humans are better than pets. Well, and humans' survival is much more needed than having a pet here too, because it turns out that having an oval, giving ovals to your dogs isn't really that of a good thing. But when you're desperate and that's your only choice, then probably you're going to have to do that. So remember, oval with awful. Awful ovals. The ovals were awful. The oval leftovers were awful, because would you rather eat bones or the chicken meat and the skin? Number 3, parley. Parley has nothing to do with barley, to be honest. Parley, it's basically something of an organizational meeting or a place where some official people should be meeting and discussing, like the UN. The UN holds its conferences like a few years or so. That it's basically a UN party. You remember, party with party. A party turned into a party. Imagine the UN people at a meeting, but then they somehow turn into people who are acting in a party, like and also our SDGs we've been able to accomplish. Here we are striving to accomplish goal number 5, 6, 8, and even we're trying to also do 16 too. But unfortunately, we cannot do any of this until we have goal 17 put in the bag by everyone, because we need partnership for the goals. Or else, yeah, then that turns into like sing some song or something and having some drinks and all that. Number 4, afraid, which is a noun that basically means to like be like afraid. Afraid. Basically like, okay, let me show you. Here, let me show you with a little demonstration. Yeah! Boom, bam. Yeah, afraid basically means to have a brawl or a fight. And so to have a brawl or a fight, it's like having a fray in the hay. Imagine mice doing boxing in the middle of a hay stadium. Made of hay, a stadium made of hay. Number 5, lambast, a bird that actually has nothing to do with lambs. Let me imitate what I'm going to make you think of. Ba ba boom, ba ba boom, ba boom boom. Yeah, lambast basically means that giving a thrashing. And so you remember lamb with lambast. Lambast, you remember lambast with lamb. The lamb was lambasted by his opponent, like yeah, just like that. Next up, we have number 6, cataclysm, which is a noun that basically means disaster or world apocalypse. No, so remember cataclysm with Cat Clinton. How to remember cataclysm with Cat Clinton? Clinton, like this. Clinton's cat was about to start a cataclysm. And imagine President Clinton sitting in the White House office chair that we all kind of know, and looking outside the window while his cat was stepping. He probably doesn't have a cat. While his cat was stepping out on his desk, pawing at stuff, and he's walking over, and the paw that he's about to step down is above the nuclear button, which is not a good thing. Number 7, escapade, which is a noun that basically means a way of escape. Not really escaping, but it's more like a technique. Okay, let me show you with a little demonstration with ice capade. 3, 2, 1. Imagine I'm on a cliff family of ice. That can't crack any second. Crack. Crack, 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 crack. Somehow survive for 5 hours. Escapade, this basically means something that's an adventurous act. So you remember escapade with icecapades. Icecapades with escapade. Escapades. Escapades on icecapades. Yeah, that's how you remember it. Number 8 is stew, which is a verb that basically means to shoo away, or to go away from or stay away from. So remember eschew with eschew. It's good to eschew eschews. And imagine people moving away from a person who's on the table who's eschewing. Number 9, ransack, a verb that basically means to literally search everything voraciously and try to do it as fast as possible. So remember ransack with ransack, 2 words. The police ran and ransacked the suspect's apartment. Number 10, camaraderie, which is a noun that has actually nothing to do with comrades other than the fact that there's a phrase here. Now, what does that mean? Imagine a group of friends. Claude, come back here. Okay, fine. Alright, so imagine a group of friends, and they're all comrades. And imagine the group of friends are just 3 people. Well, camaraderie basically means friends. So remember camaraderie with comrades 3. The 3 comrades were camaraderies ever since they first met each other, which was when they could first talk. Yes, their first words were to each other. Wow. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope you guys will enjoy the future episodes that I will be talking about soon. And until next time, Schnon out. Peace. Bye guys. Kladde. 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 Kladde.